And I'm Barbara, and we're the Sync Sisters.
And today we have the second in a three-part video series called Getting Control of Your Email.
Right.
And the first one was called Organize It. And that one really showed you how to clean out your inbox and get control and organize your email. And this one is reducing email stress.
Right, which is a wonderful thing. The zen of working with email. We're going to show you how to cut down on the volume of email that comes in, getting rid of junk mail.
So much email could come in.
And ways that you can categorize some of the mail that you want to receive, so it just isn't cluttering up your inbox so much.
And the junk mail.
Right. And
getting rid of your junk mail and unsubscribing from lists that you don't want. There's a whole host of things to reduce the amount that just comes into your inbox.
Just reducing the volume.
That cuts down on your stress a lot.
That's right. It sure does.
And then we're also going to show you ways to not let email run your life. You control the email.
Right.
I mean, don't feel like when you hear that little sound that you have to look. You know, create times and that you're going to look, and times that you're going to put it on Do Not Disturb and not even pay attention to your email.
Right. We're going to show you how to turn those noises off so it doesn't
it really is nice. Like for me, I have a rule: after 8 o'clock at night, I don't check my email. I turn it off and I won't look, and it's changed my life.
Now everybody knows if they want to get a hold of you, they got to text you after 8 o'clock.
And then we're going to wrap it up with our third video, Advanced Techniques, which will further help you get control of your email if you're a really organized person.
Right, learning about mail rules and some other features that can be more advanced.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's get ready and let's reduce some of our email stress.
Let's go. This is our Tech Bit, Get Control of Your Email, Part 2, Reducing Stress.
So here we are, we're back on our Mac and we've got our mail program open, and look at our beautiful inbox. It's all cleaned out. We've got our folders set up, our system ready to go. The next step is to actually reduce the amount of emails that you get coming in.
Yes.
Because that'll save you a lot of stress.
That's correct.
And the first thing to do is, really think about when you give your email out. Especially at websites, think about it. They're going to put me on some big bulk spam email sites or anything like that. So that's the first thing, is to really be, is it worth it to give this site or this person my email?
That's right. Be cautious.
Right. And then another way, a great way to reduce the amount of email that you get in is sort of more of a filter, the junk mail.
Right. We're going to take a look at setting up junk mail. Apple Mail program has a built-in feature that identifies junk mail, and when you first turn it on, there's a learning process where it thinks something's junk and it says, did I do this right? So we're going to take a look at turning that on and where you find that junk mail. So if we want to go up to the Mail menu, and we're going to go down to Preferences. And then across the top, we have a number of options in here, and we're going to go to this I guess, third option over, which is junk mail. And it may default to being on. You'll just have to check and see if it's on or off on your Mac.
It probably does. We turned it off for the video to show how to turn it on.
Right. And just so you know, this is something you can't turn on or off on your iOS devices, your iPad or your iPhone. It does default to on, and you can mark emails as junk to help it to learn it, but you can't turn it on or off there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to say turn it on. And then you have some options. It says when junk mail arrives, you can mark it as junk but leave it in the inbox, which might not be a bad idea during the training phase, so that you see these and you can say, no, that's not junk. Or, yes, that is junk.
Have the comfort of agreeing with it.
Right, right. You could also move the junk into the junk mailbox, and this is where you eventually want to be.
Yeah.
So it just goes in there, and you really don't need to think about it. I hardly ever look at mine.
No, I don't either.
You can also have it do some advanced things. We're not going to get into that right now.
Yeah.
The following types of messages are exempt from junk mail filtering. So you can say, if the sender of this message is in my contacts.
Someone you probably not junk, right?
Right. Previous recipients. This one's kind of, maybe, maybe not, because you may not want, someone may have emailed you and you don't really want them. You only want people in your contacts, but you can decide.
I think it's a good one to leave on, and then as we go further into how you can handle the junk mail, you can show them how to say, no, that's not a good one.
Right, right. Messages addressed using my full name. I don't know. I don't really get that one, but okay.
Yeah.
If they know your full name.
Sometimes they just say Karen as spam.
Right. Right. And then trust junk mail headers and messages. Email Service providers like iCloud and Yahoo and Gmail, they have their own junk mail filtering, and they'll send that along in the mail header. So you're telling Apple Mail, go ahead and trust those. Just put them right in my junk. Don't worry about it, because they usually do a pretty good job. And you can usually set up some settings on some of those sites as well for junk mail.
Right.
And then filter junk mail before applying my rules. We're going to talk about email rules in our advanced third video that we have. So we've gone ahead and turn it on. That's all we want to do.
Yep.
And we're going to go ahead and close the window. So now it's on, and now where does that junk mail go? Well, if you look here on the left side in the mailboxes pane, you're going to see junk. And if you tap on it, you're going to see that we don't have any junk here.
Because we're so clean and
we
new.
We are clean and new, but in mine and Karen's personal,
Yes.
you're going to see a lot of stuff in here. So that's where you can find it.
Yep.
And that's a great thing to do. So go ahead and set up your junk mail and let the system work. Okay?
So when something comes in, what if it's junk and it doesn't go into your junk folder?
Good thought, good thought. Well, let's take a look at Lens Crafters. We want to say that this is junk. So, actually, we were going to unsubscribe from that one. But we'll go ahead and let's put Zappos in junk. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and look at the Zappos one. We're going to say this is junk. And all we have to do is we have to go up here. And
so this is, I don't mean to stop you.
Yeah, sure,
but
go
this
ahead.
is something that the filter didn't catch. But
Right.
you're saying, hey, this is junk. I don't want to get it from this.
Right.
You could even be a person, you know.
Right. So you can go two different ways that you can do it. You can go to the message menu up at the top, pull down to mark, and mark it as junk mail.
Right.
Boom. Now it's junk mail, and it actually disappeared from our inbox and went into our junk folder.
Ta-da! There it is.
I can click on it. It kind of makes it a different color and says, you mark this message as junk. You can tell it not junk if you want.
If you did something accidentally.
Right. Or if you go in here and during the learning phase, you'll see these come in and it'll say mail thinks this is junk. And you can say not junk or yes, it is junk.
Right. Yep.
So you can kind of help it get smarter at what it does. The other way that you can do it, I'm going to say not junk and put it back in my inbox just so we can look at it here. The other way you can do it is there's a thumbs down up here in the pane, and you can just do a thumbs down, and that'll put it also into the junk mail. So that's how you mark something or unmark it as junk.
Right. So now the next thing you can do to reduce the amount of emails is to ones that come through and they don't get caught by the junk filter is to unsubscribe.
Well, right, because it probably won't get caught by the junk filter because you've subscribed to it.
A lot of times when you create an account at a website, it'll have on there, and this is a good point to look on the website when you create an account somewhere.
Right.
It often has a little box that's default that it's checked that you want to receive promotional emails from them.
Right.
So look for that, and you can uncheck it and skip this step completely. But if you have subscriptions that you've had to sign up for and you don't want them anymore, what you do is you scroll like I just did to the bottom of every email. All right, I'll go to Lens Crafters. Okay, so I'm going to scroll to the bottom. And what you're going to do is look around in this small type down here.
Usually small.
Yeah, and it's more and more, it's becoming more uniform as please unsubscribe. You can tell you can click on it because it's underlined. They used to be quite different all the time from email to email, but this is pretty much what you see. But you'll be able to tell that this is where I unsubscribe. So if I click on it, it's going to error. Well, that was not a good example.
That was not a good example.
Let me try a different one. Let's do Athleta. All right. Well, this will be good. It'll show how this one's different.
Yeah, exactly.
This one's nice and clear, which is, means it's a good company too.
That's true.
They're not afraid to have people unsubscribe. So I click on it. It's going to bring it up. It has your email to verify. Click submit.
Now sometimes this will come up and it'll say,
yay, successful.
Yeah, it'll give you options like, I only want to be emailed once a month or once a week, or send me this kind of email but not that kind. And so you could maybe get a little selective.
If you want to. Right. That's a good point.
Yep.
So that's how you unsubscribe. That's another way to cut down on your emails, but a way to do unsubscribing in a bulk
manner
group is
using Unroll Me.
Unroll Me.
Unroll Me is a service that helps you to unsubscribe from websites.
Right.
Yep.
And
So-
this is something new we found just recently, and we've just really been tickled pink with it,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I just love it.
It's a great thing, and we'll show you here all
How
about
to do it, right? So you went to unrollme.com.
Unrollme.com, and we're going to say get started. Now, one thing you should know is that there is an iOS app that you can use as well to set it up. So if you don't have a Mac to get started, you can use your iPad or your iPhone. You can use the app to do it.
Oh, I
So-
also want to point something out. It's unroll.me.
Oh yes, unroll.me. Right, but I did type. You can type in unrollme.com
And it gets
works too. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come down and unsubscribe with one click. So we're going to say get started. Okay.
Yep.
And what this is going to come up and it's going to ask us our email address.
So we're going to put our email.
And
Get rid of
autocorrect.
that weird space.
Thank you,
that it wants to put
autocorrect.
in.
I'm going to
Of course,
agree.
you're going to have to. What is that?
Oh, it wants to autofill. All right. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I agree with the terms of
There's nothing to
privacy
fill.
and continue. And now we have to put in
Your
your
email
email password.
So you're going to have to know that, right?
Right, right. Okay, and then
And
you
the
say
reason it's
continue.
asking for your email and your email password is it's going to access your emails, and that's what you're giving it permission to do.
Right.
But what Unroll Me really does is it will find all of the things that you subscribe to, that you
Right.
have subscriptions to.
Knowingly or not knowingly.
Right. And it will create something called a Rollup. And so once a day, you'll just get one email from Unroll Me called the Rollup, and it will have all your subscriptions in it.
Right.
And what it will contain in that Rollup, daily Rollup, is something that you can customize.
Right.
You can decide if you want
And we're
to
gonna-
keep it, in the Rollup, if you want to put it in the daily Rollup, if you want to trash it, or if you want to keep it separate as in your inbox.
Right. So let's take a look at that. Now it's done it, and it says we finished scanning your inbox and we found 6 subscriptions. When I did this, it found 75.
Yeah.
So
This is an account we just set
Remember.
up. It's not as
it's just a small
and it
account.
also took a while. It had this thing loading for
Right.
a while because it was taking a while to
Exactly.
find them all.
Right.
So that might
exactly.
happen to you.
Right. It may take longer than this for sure. So we're going to go ahead and continue to the next step and build our roll up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here it comes up with the subscriptions that it found for this email. And we can go ahead and, as Karen stated earlier, we can add it to our roll up, unsubscribe, or keep it in our inbox. So this is kind of nice because, especially for a lot of the shopping ones, I like to keep them in a roll-up. So
Yes.
if I have time to look, I can briefly look and see if there's something I want to look at.
Right.
Otherwise, I just delete the roll-up. And we're going to show you a roll-up too.
Yeah,
when
I
we're
think
done.
you want to think of the roll-up as something that is you're not ready to get rid of completely, but you don't really want to pay attention to it every day.
Every day, exactly.
It's
You don't
like,
want to have to
it's
delete it.
whenever
Right.
you want to look at it.
Exactly. So Athleta, I'm not shopping for that every day. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my
Right.
roll-up. Okay. Apple, I'm going to add that to my roll-up
Yeah.
too. No, Groupon, that's
Groupon.
fine. Also going to add it to my roll-up, especially because they send so many things. So I'm going to go ahead and now Groupon has 3 here because there are different things that it's
they're
subscribing.
tricky, yeah.
I'm going to keep the Groupon Minneapolis St. Paul, but I'm going to unsubscribe
Yep.
from their basic baloney that they send out.
So you can unsubscribe from things
Right?
too.
And I'm going to go
And look
ahead
how much,
Yeah.
look how easy that was. You clicked
Right.
unsubscribe. You
It's
didn't have to
done.
go to another site and
Right.
verify your email and click OK.
Exactly.
And, this is so
And
easy.
Going to go ahead and unsubscribe from that. Now we've got 2 more left, Lens Crafters and Zappos. Not great examples for something you might want to keep in your inbox, but let's
Right.
say that, I love Lens Crafters.
Yeah.
If this was something else, I'll say, go ahead, keep that in my inbox.
Yeah, like I keep my boys' school newsletter
Right.
in my inbox.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
something that you want to keep out separate so you pay more attention to it.
Right, exactly. So we're going to go ahead and add that to the roll-up Zappos as well. And now we're done. So what we've done is we've rolled 4 up. We've unsubscribed from 2, and we've got 1 in our inbox right now. So the Lens Crafters we've kept in the inbox.
And at any point, you can go click on one of these and go
And change it. If I
So-
decide, no, I don't really want that in my inbox anymore, I can add it to the roll-up, or I can unsubscribe
Right.
it. Any of the ones that I have.
Even the unsubscribed you
right.
can go look
You
at,
can
which
go
is
in.
great.
You can keep it in your inbox, or you can add it to roll
Yeah.
up. You can change it. So you can resubscribe, basically,
Yeah.
right through here. we're going to go ahead and continue. And it says, how easy was that? And then it wants you to share
Yeah,
it
right.
because that's part of the way that they're helping to pay for their, get more people. But they're really making money off advertising. We're going to show you that here in a second.
So this
which
is all
I
free
don't
for us
mind.
to use, right?
Exactly. Free for us to use. And here we're going to go back to mail now, and we're going to take a look at my roll-up because we don't have one yet for the one we just set up. Every day I get a daily roll-up, and here's the daily roll-up that I got today.
How did it find 25 new subscriptions?
Because I've been holding on. I haven't been, before this email I have decided let's take a look at it.
Normally, after you use it for a while, mine may say 1 or 2.
Right, but I've been using it for a while, and so I haven't been clicking on checking those new ones. But
thinking of filming for Sisters.
That's right.
That's
but
great.
There's still 25 of them in there. So it shows you today's roll up, and then here's how they're making their money. This is an ad.
Right.
But I don't really care.
I don't either.
I'm just looking down to say, okay, what did All Recipes send me today? No, I don't care about that. What did Thrive send me? I'm not going to look at Thrive today. Or, Locai's got a limited edition. I want to look at that one. So I can click on it, and it'll bring me right to that email that I got.
Right. Cute.
And subscribe. Oh my gosh, those are cute. Limited edition pack. We're going to have to get that. So you can come in and you can look at it. Yeah. So it's great. And again, they give you the controls up here. Right. Stop rolling up. Put it in my inbox. Right. Or unsubscribe is right here as well. So I'm going to go back
to mail.
I guess I just closed that.
Oh, right.
Now I'm looking at my roll up again, and I can go through and decide what I want.
Well, you're on the website now.
I'm still on the website. I'm still on the website, right? Now I'm back to mail. Yeah. It kind of looks the same once you click on it.
Look how nice this is. I mean, one email is going to have any subscriptions that you still want to keep track of.
Isn't that great? Right.
And then anything that you really want to call attention to, you just keep in your inbox, and it'll be a separate email.
Let's go back to Unroll Me for a minute because I wanted to show everything. Let's see, where can we get to our list view? Our roll-up. Edit subscriptions. That's where I wanted to go. Okay, so here's where it's showing me the 25 new ones that it found. And I can go through and I can decide, like dailyhoroscope24.com. I never did that. Yeah. I don't know how that got on there. I'm going to unsubscribe from it. Mm-hmm. ECP.com.
Well, that's one of your favorites.
Yeah. Who knows what that is? Fresh tax help? No, thank you. No. GoFundMe, I did something. I helped fund somebody on something.
But you need to get their newsletters.
I don't want to get it. I'm getting off of it. And so on and so forth. And they're all alphabetical. So you can go through and you can describe, here, Lake Independent Citizens Association. Yeah, I want to keep that in my inbox, which
I'm separate and more important.
Right, because that's something that I want to see when it comes in my inbox. Right. These are all junk things. Yeah. So, and then the key thing to remember here is that Unroll Me right now, there are 43 subscriptions from my personal email that Unroll Me is grabbing for me and putting into one email to send to me. Yeah. Now, if I ever get rid of the Unroll Me service, I'm still subscribed to those 43. So I would have to go through and unsubscribe myself before I do it. Also nice. Look at it. I had 142
that she got rid of
total that I did.
Life changing.
But what if I come in here and I say, oh, you know what? I really do want to see Angie's list. I can come in and add it to my roll up, and now anything that comes, it re-subscribed me and added it to my roll up.
Because you might unsubscribe from something, and then a couple weeks later realize, hey, I'm not getting that email anymore. Right. Want to resubscribe.
So it's an awesome feature. It's a really awesome feature.
It really is.
And here are the 18 new that I need to go through and decide what I want. So Unroll Me is fantastic. We love it.
Let's show it in the email.
And let's go back to email.
One nice email.
One nice email daily that you can decide to pay attention to or not. And look at the ones that you really want to look at. Yeah. So it's a great way to control those shopping emails.
Amount of emails that you get in.
Exactly. Reduces stress. I mean, amazingly.
It's amazing.
It's awesome.
So now we are going to, the next thing that we're going to talk about is not letting email run our life. Right. I think nowadays you hear that noise, whatever noise you have set for your emails coming in, or your text, which would be another video, but and you immediately think you have to go look at it. Right. So we want to control our email, not have it control us. Right. So one thing, is not to get distracted by it. So you don't have to look at something when it comes in. I
Right.
know you say this to people and it's kind of a novel idea or, like crazy idea to some people.
Right.
But it's okay to wait till later. And
Right.
once you start doing that and like you realize that maybe somebody was asking you to do something, but you didn't see it for like 8 hours.
Right. Right.
And you didn't act on it right away.
Yeah.
And then it was okay.
Yeah. It's okay. Right.
Yeah, it's completely life-changing once you start doing that.
Right. I mean, people, email should not be an immediate thing. If somebody has to get a hold of you, they should call you. They should text you.
They should call you.
Yeah, calling is the most important thing. Well,
That's what
I emailed you. Well, I don't check my email every 5 minutes.
You shouldn't have to.
Right, and you shouldn't have to. So
Right.
you can just not look at it. You can turn off notifications. You can go into your notifications settings on your iOS device or
Right.
preferences in email. And
Which
you
we
can
show in our advanced,
Right.
our third video, advanced email rules.
how to turn off notifications. Yep.
So, and then, and the next big tip for not letting email rule your life is set a cutoff time in your day that you're going to quit looking at it.
Right.
You're going to quit dealing with it. It's kind of like when you leave work.
Right.
You leave it there, although people are leaving quotes,
Yeah.
work less and less because you do it all over. But, for me, I decided 8 o'clock at night, like I said in the beginning of this video. And it's been life-changing because my evenings are nice. I don't get that annoying email that irks me.
Right. Well, then you get an email and it's like, well, you're tired and you're not going to deal with it. You're getting,
But
doing
it
the
might
nightly thing.
stress you out.
It's going to stress you out.
Yeah.
You're going to be thinking, oh my gosh, I got to get up and I got to do that right away in the morning.
I don't want to forget.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just do it now.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's going to be something that really
So I
bugs
think
you.
that for me has been very helpful to set that time.
Right. And we're going to show you ways in our third video that you can be notified of a particular email or for a particular person.
So you can control it
Yeah, if
for
there's
emergencies.
something important that you're waiting to hear
If your
back
kids
on.
are out or
there's
things like that.
An important deal you're waiting on that you have to reply to, you can set that up. So,
and the last thing is set up email-free zones. You don't have to be accessible to or by your email everywhere.
Right.
A good example is, when you're having quality times with your friends or family, don't have the email around.
Right.
Like for us, we have family dinner every night and there's no devices around and we talk and I think it's rude when you go out with friends and you have your phone sitting on the dinner table.
Well, and glancing at a text is one thing if you have to, but I mean, not at certain times, but an email requires more. You need to look at it. You need to act on it, and you got to read it and all that. So it's really not a good time, and not a good thing to do. Driving.
Yes.
We all know driving is not a time to look at anything on your phone.
No.
But did you know that stoplights are also email-free zones, phone-free zones? Like you cannot look at your device in Minnesota anyway when you're at a stoplight.
Probably state by state, right?
It probably
But it's
is.
a good idea because
It's
you
a
miss
good
that it's
idea.
changed.
Yeah, and then you're sitting there looking at your phone and everybody's honking. So just when you get in the car, turn your phone off,
And when you take a vacation, enjoy yourself. I probably would say I couldn't go on vacation without ever checking my email, but I'm going to try to do it maybe once a day, and that's it.
Right.
It's because it's more relaxing.
It is.
Reduce
it's more
your stress.
relaxing. Right.
Same thing for weekends. You have your downtime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to look at my email. I'm going to a movie with the kids, or I'm going to enjoy a nature walk. I'm not bringing my phone.
Exactly. And also when you're using your devices for fun.
Oh, good point.
when you're using your devices for fun and you're reading mail or you're playing games or you're doing not reading mail. I didn't mean
reading
an
articles
article,
books.
Right, researching something or playing games, having fun. Just leave the email alone.
Yeah.
Don't let it run your life.
No, don't.
Don't do it.
So we've covered, reducing the amount of emails and the stress in your life, not letting your email run your life.
Right.
So be sure to check out our third video on advanced email features.
Right, where we're going to be discussing things like using email threads to organize things, rules to put emails in specific places, flagging, VIPs, all kinds of things that you can do advanced-wise if you have a lot of email to deal with.
Thanks for watching the Sync Sisters Tech Bit.
And please subscribe to our channel.